Once again, the opening of the controversial Peace Bridge has been delayed. It was originally supposed to be completed last fall. Then it was delayed until this spring, and then further delayed until the summer. Now the city is saying it doesn't know when it will open. The nearly $25 million pedestrian bridge was designed by a Spanish architect and is being assembled there. Last Friday night, the city announced there were problems with some of the welds. Mac Logan is the head of Calgary's Transportation Department, and he joins me on the line now. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Thanks for joining us this morning. When did you first know there were issues with these welds?
The announcement that we made on Friday was related to information that we've only become aware of over the last, week or so.
And could you explain exactly what the problems are?
Well, there are welds in the sub-assemblies, the pieces that got shipped over from Spain, that had been quality control checked before they were transported, and we were not aware that there were deficiencies there. We have our own inspections on site. The city hires an independent inspector to do spot checks. We found some problem areas, and we need to do some more tests to see how extensive those are. It's about quality. It's about making sure that this is a safe structure and that it's going to have the longevity that we're looking for.
These are essentially X-rays, right?
It's an electronic probe that you use, and we saw some results that we didn't like. We did what's called destructive testing, where we actually ground them out to see if the probe was giving us accurate information, and it was. These are fairly modest, and there's literally thousands of meters of welds in this bridge, but this is related to the most structurally significant elements of the bridge.
So why would the tests done in Spain show no problems, and then the tests done here in Calgary show problems?
Well, that's one of the things that we're talking to. That's one of the things we're talking to the contractor about to get to the bottom of that and to look through the quality control reports and to spot check things and compare what we're seeing here to what we have in our reports.
Now, the first delay was because of the welds. Is this the same problem?
Well, I think the first delay, when you mentioned in your broadcast that it was October, that was probably just an unrealistically optimistic date that was...
It was still on the sign, though.
No, it's not actually, but I think we set that first date before we really knew what we were into there, but we absolutely were on track to get this thing open for the summer. And it's hugely disappointing to the city that this is not going to happen. And I don't think I need to tell you that this is not what we wanted to happen, but we said we were going to be transparent on what's going on with the project, and we're aware of problems, and we're sharing that with the public.
Now, is this going to cost the city more money?
Well, we are within our budget right now. We have a contract to assemble and install this bridge, and it's not our intention to increase the cost of this bridge to the taxpayer. This is not something that the city did. This is not something that we changed in the design. Our expectation is that the building will be, or the bridge will be built to the spec that was identified in the contract.
Now, the company that's assembling the bridge components, Graham Infrastructure, is based here in Canada. The company that's subcontracting the welding work is based in Spain. How confident are you in this, in the ability of these two companies to proceed with this project?
Well, Graham is a company that does quite a bit of work with the city, and they have an extensive record, and I don't think we have any concerns with them overall. They've had many successful projects with the city. The subcontractor, AugustCon, has quite a bit of experience in similar types of work. That was one of the reasons they were pre-qualified. Now, as you know, everything comes down to people, and if for some reason the right people weren't on these jobs, or somebody wasn't doing what they were supposed to do on a given day, that could be what we're seeing here. But that's why you have quality control. That's why we were checking things here, and sort of where it ended up today.
Now, of course, this entire project is full of lessons, but I'm wondering if one of them is, this Spanish subcontractor, my understanding is their bid was significantly lower than all of the other bids. Is that right?
Well, we received 4 bids. The general contractors had a list of subcontractors that they could pick from, two of them picked this steel supplier, and yes, they were significantly lower than the Canadian company that the other two companies used. I mean, millions of dollars lower.
So perhaps in the future, there could be some more time spent looking at why some subcontractor bids are significantly lower than the others.
Well, we do look at that. That's a regular thing. I mean, as you may recall, a lot of the criticism that was being levied at this project last year was about the procurement process, and that part of the procurement process was absolutely done by as per our standard procedure, our published procedure, and that's one of the risks. I mean, this has come up in projects as big as the space shuttle, when the low bidder gets the job, and that's why you have to hire your independent quality control people to make sure that you're checking their work, and but that is the way that that's how you get the lowest price.
Now, if someone was twisting your arm this morning and saying, when will that bridge be open? When will I be able to walk across the Bow River on this Peace Bridge? What would you tell them?
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's really going to, as soon as we find out where we're at with the welds, and is this an anomaly? Are there a handful of things that we have to repair? Is it extensive? I'm not going to know, but I was pretty confident it was going to be at least 3 months later than we thought, and that means it's not going to be open for Stampede, or it's not going to be open in the summertime,
right,
which is really what we were shooting for.
All right. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
Hey, Jim.